here's this white guy in a Centrelink office in Adelaide doing a supposed racist rant. And then that was on one day, and then a day or two later, he's then doing an apology. And it was actually the apology that made me think, having a look at this, I thought there might be a bit more to this than what I thought. So, let's just I'll start off on the actual rant itself, and then we'll look at the apology, and we'll just work our way through. Okay.
Run away over there, people, because the racist person is freaking out.
Okay, where a recording that they show starts, it's always important. It seems to sometimes like it misses some build-up that would sort of give you more answers, which they don't really want you to have. They purposely started at a particular point to hide things. And with this, we don't see the build-up. Now, we don't know whether it was edited to only to start from here, or whether the person put their camera out to start their phone to start filming at this point. But either way, we don't see the build-up. All we hear is him with his rant.
Run away over there, people, because the racist person is freaking out.
Now, I've seen a few of these other episodes on public transport where I think it is legit. Someone has just lost it a bit. But I've never seen any where they make it a mission, oh, yeah, I'm a racist, or even say that other people think they're a racist. They don't start mentioning anything that indicates that they are a racist, which is what he's done. He's sort of saying it sarcastically as though he's not, but it just seems like right at the start they're just getting that racist wording, which indicates to me, or is an indication that this may have been scripted.
What are you going to do, mate? You going to take me on? Please leave, come on, make me leave. You're a hero, I'm going to smash all of you.
Okay, now I think at Centrelink it can get a bit, people get a bit aggro if their payment's not on time or they've been denied something. But what this guy does, he's a big guy, and he's shouting out that he wants to smash people, and he's very aggressive. And there's two people in white shirts that I would say are Centrelink employees. And there was a guy that was sort of further inside in a white shirt, and he's not taking any proactive measures about this guy. He's just hanging back, sort of just watching what's going on. And he's got a colleague there right up near this guy who just said he was going to start smashing people. Now, it's interesting what she does, as well as him sitting back. It's interesting what she does. Okay, so someone's about to enter, a small child, and you see that he's with a family. And she's like raced to the door. Now, at this point in time, given the aggressiveness and the guy's ready to start swinging, I would have thought she would have directed them back outside and said, oh, we've just got a bit of it looks like maybe a potentially dangerous situation. Just wait outside and until it's over. But she doesn't. I would have thought duty of care. She would have, even if they wanted to come in, she would have insisted. No, we're just closed at the moment until this is sorted. But no, in they come, and the guy's down right next to her. He's just threatened to start smashing people, and right near a family with a little kid. Now, she's one of the greeting staff. Surely they would have procedures as to what to do. And I wouldn't think the procedure would be to put a child close to somebody who's just threatened to start punching people out. So I think she would know not to do that, but she does it anyway. Now, either she's just stupid and can't follow directions, or she has sort of prior knowledge that perhaps it's not as dangerous a situation as what is being suggested by this guy wanting to smash people.
Everyone run over there.
All right, now she's now got her back to a guy. She's not even watching him now. Not concerned enough to keep an eye on him. Just turns her back on a guy who's threatening to smash people. He's yelling. He's aggressive. She doesn't know what he's going to do, or does she? Because she's just got her back to him.
Vote for multiculturalism.
And then he blurts out, "I didn't vote for multiculturalism." Well, okay. So as you'll find out later, the reason why he's pissed off is he did get some money. And we'll get to the apology, which is add some more information later on. But that's what he says in this video here, right at the end, give me my money. So wouldn't you, if he was worried about money, wouldn't he just be totally focused on what has occurred, that he hasn't got the money, and just be trying to be angry at that and saying things like, get your act together, I put this form in, or you should have paid me by now, or I'll get the form in next week, or he even says give me my money. But why in between all of that does he say, here I am, I'm a racist, and I didn't vote for multiculturalism? having a go at migrants. The flow of conversation that's occurred doesn't make any sense, as well as, him threatening to punch people out and just letting kids come near him and turning it back on him. There's just a lot about this that, to me, wouldn't play out the way it is.
Deny! But you'll do whatever you can for every other except for Australians then. You don't mind molesting Australians, do you?
Okay, so now he's addressing a person. He's not just having a big rant. He looks like he's looking at someone, and I think maybe that security guard, the other person in white shirt, says, accusing them of molesting Australians. I mean, what's that got to do with not getting your money at Centrelink? He's getting a bit aggro. How would that pop into your head in a normal flow of the purpose of being there and not getting the result that you wanted?
You don't mind sending them to war and doing whatever, but them when they need it. You how much money are you getting, you black?
Okay, so this is important now that he's just decided he's going to leave. He's had his big rant, I am a racist, get away from me because I'm a racist, and I'm going to smash yous, and I didn't vote for multiculturalism, all this sort of, pretty nonsensical. And other stuff, Australians off to war, and, what do you say, molest Australia, got all this stuff, and how much money are you getting? And nothing about what his problem is. Now he's just going to the door. It's like he's had this big rant, and now it's time to leave, and that woman just sort of walked past him again, got quite near to him. So, looking at him, I would have thought, he's a bit dangerous, I might keep away from him, but she's just, she didn't have her back to him this time like she did earlier on. She walked towards him. Now he's just, he's had his big rant, and he's going to the door.
Lights, you all. You pay me my money.
And now that he's out the door after his rant, he then says, you'll pay me my money. Go back in now and try and sort it out. What are you leaving for? It hasn't been resolved. What, are you going to come back? Are you going to do another rant? How is what the reason you've been in there for been resolved, other than doing that big, looks like a scripted rant? Yeah, so unlike those other, where you hear these racist rants go on public transport, the person's there and they're there for the duration of the trip or whatever, and they've just said something a bit stupid and racist. But this guy, it's the time for him to leave. He hasn't resolved it. Like, why is he leaving that place? Again, what is he going to come back? And so, this is very suspicious. So now let's get on to the apology.
A man caught on camera unleashing a racist tirade inside a northern suburbs Centrelink office has apologised, insisting he didn't mean to offend anyone. He's told 7 News he has mental health problems and hadn't taken his medication.
Okay, so to me, that rant seemed a bit contrived and a bit constructed. There was just a few too many things in it that didn't make any sense. But you'd be thinking, well, why would they do it? And I think we've just hit the jackpot on the answer to that. It's, he's got mental health problems, and he's mentally unwell. So what they're tying is a rant. Now, that was clearly over the top and was actually racist if he had actually said it, as being purely as a result of mental illness. But the problem is that the definition of racism can vary and can be quite expanded to points where some people might not think it's racist and other people will think an action or a statement is racist. It's debatable. Now, obviously, what I said before about that guy, that is clearly a racist, would be a racist position had he said it, but I believe that it was probably scripted. So that's what it comes down to, is the fact that they broaden behaviour. Now, some people, if you just question immigration, a few people, Dick Smith, have said, maybe we should look at the numbers. And they haven't even mentioned a race, and they're being called racist. So I think that's where they're going with this, is they want to label anyone that challenges multiculturalism, because don't forget, you mentioned multiculturalism, not just racism, as well. They mentioned questioning it as being racist, but any debate on multiculturalism, you're mentally unwell. That is actually what I think this whole thing's about, because it's just, it has all the hallmarks of your typical PSYOP message. It has a backdrop, a back storyline, which is that rant, which has so many inconsistencies in it that just didn't seem to make sense. And then it has a clear message, which is it's like on a big foghorn, as clear as day, about how he's got mental problems, he's mentally unwell. Therefore, he was talking about racism, talking about multiculturalism.
Remorseful and ashamed,
I'm apologising for what happened on Monday.
47-year-old Troy Scott breaks his silence on this foul-mouthed racist rant.
How much money you getting, you black fucking
I've only just seen the footage from what happened on Monday.
Okay, so here he is giving his heartfelt apology. There he is, just white guy, bad guy, and he's so he's given. So where was this shown? We know he's spoken to Channel 7. Did he give it to them, or did they find it? Like, what was the correlation between and timeline between Channel 7 speaking to him or he's spoken to them and the release of this video? Yeah, so a few seemingly unanswered questions that indicate that this supposed apology, might be part of a prior PSYOP part of the rant. Okay, and so it's important what he says there is, I've only just seen the footage. Well, he lived it. He doesn't need to see the footage to know what happened. But he's implying that I've seen the footage that is out there. So now I'm apologising, not because supposedly because I did what I did and I now feel bad. It's because the footage is out there, which is an added kind of PSYOP message that white guys aren't good.
So have almost a million others. Following nationwide condemnation, he wants to set the record straight.
I had bipolar, anxiety with depression. I didn't have my medication, and that's why I went into Centrelink to try and sort it out.
Okay, now here's where it gets confusing. He's gone to Centrelink to sort out his medication problems. Okay, the only thing I can think there is he needed money to buy his medication. Well, firstly, how did he stop getting his money? And at what point did he did he run out of medication? And rather than doing his big rant, if he had he explained that to Centrelink, surely they would have gone, oh, okay, this is a bit of a medical situation here, and given him some emergency funds or ticked the boxes or at least expedited what his problem was. But no, he leaves and says, I'm going to get my money. But for some reason he's left. And look, they haven't thrown him out. Perhaps if he calmed down, he could have gone back in and started negotiations again and apologised. Look, I was just, got bipolar, I'm calm now. Let's just work this out. No, he does his rant. Then he leaves. His medical situation, which is what he was assembling for, is unresolved.
That's when he exploded.
I invite for multiculturalism.
Okay, so Channel 7 have just chosen to play that part of it. I didn't vote for multiculturalism, did I? This mentally ill guy. And, okay, well, what's he say that for? He said for his medical, money for his medical problems. What's he talking about multiculturalism for?
Did I? But you'll do whatever you can for every other except for Australians.
So if I offended anyone or upset anyone, I am truly sorry.
Okay, now he's made this apology. Look, just a sideline to that, right? Just say it actually happened and it was real. His apology is really only to the people that were there that he offended. That has been shown on Facebook. Whoever's been offended is a result of the person taking that material and showing it to them. The fact that he's the participant in it, well, he didn't actually cause them to see it. The person with the phone who took the footage caused them to see it. So he doesn't need to apologise to anyone that's seen it, only the people there.
Police spoke to him at the time but released him. Now they're trying to find him again.
Okay, so how does that make any sense? In a normal real story about police activities and that, so the police found him. Okay, so they've been called there for a reason. They've heard they would have taken statements from everybody, or at least, notes on what people have said. They would have been fully aware of what was had happened, even if they hadn't seen the footage. Some might have gone, now we've seen the footage, we need to see him again. Well, unless what you were called for and people described to you is different from what's in the footage, then why would you look for him again? Okay, well, I think that little part of the PSYOP is, the police were on the case and they've looked into it and insinuating that, they want to see him again. So That way, you know, it's the police are still on the case, but you don't need to follow it up anymore. You've got the message. If you talk about multiculturalism or racist or seemingly racist, then, and bearing in mind that they can expand the definition of racism to cover a lot of other areas, then you're mentally ill. That's we might have to start detaining people under the Mental Health Act if they say, oh, you know, decide I didn't vote for multiculturalism. Oh, really? Okay, well, you might want to, you know, we might want to put a jacket on you. So I think that's what this is all prepped about. And they need to, but see, that's where it's going to end now. We're now not going to hear another story where, oh, the police did find him. They can't find him. We know his name. They've got his address. They've got his license. What, is he hiding out somewhere? Well, the police are looking for him. Is he a fugitive now over this? Come on. No. That's just to give you the impression that, you know, you don't need to look any more. Police are looking after it.
As they consider laying charges.
This afternoon, as police continued their search for Troy Scott, his ex-girlfriend urged him to hand himself in.
So exactly how are the police searching for him? Have they got every squad car on the case? Drop everything else you're doing? We've got to find this guy? Or is it, we're looking out the window? Hopefully he turns himself in. What a load of shit.
She says the sooner he deals with the consequences, the sooner he can get the help he so desperately needs.
He's genuinely a nice bloke. It's just when he's not taking his medication, he can get really angry.
Okay, so Channel 7 can find his ex-girlfriend and she can say, you know, oh yeah, he's mentally ill. She can confirm that rather than just him saying it and Channel 7 saying it. That's extra, you know, sort of proof. Does anyone need any more proof? He's mentally unwell and he's talking about multiculturalism. To me, this is so obvious, you know. And also, well, maybe they found her on Facebook or whatever. Why did they go to the trouble? Why would they even speak to her? They've got all the information they need. Why go to his ex-girlfriend? What? I mean, can this be more obvious? But anyway, that'll be it. We won't hear of him, you know, being charged or arrested or going to court. What's his name? Something Scott. Check all your court listings. You're not going to find it. PSYOP's complete, and they've implanted that into people's minds.